Okay, in last class, I think we discussed what is the capacitance. Next, in different cases, I think we derived the formulas for capacitances in different cases, I think. Okay. What are the topics we have discussed in last class? Tell me.
Sir, capacitance of parallel plate capacitor.
Yeah, principle of working capacitor and capacitance of the parallel plate capacitor. Next.
Concentric spherical shell also completed.
Concentric spherical shells.
Concentric spherical shell, isolated sphere completed. Okay. When whatever the energy stored in the capacitor, is it completed or not?
In some you explained, sir. In group in some you kept, sir. But in class you didn't explain, sir.
In class it is not explained.
Not explained, sir.
Say, sir.
Okay,
but
right.
in group you kept you equal to half CV.
Okay, right. I will explain. Okay, now, now all of you mute yourself. All of you mute yourself. JS 1 star, admission number 1124. Disturbance is coming from you. Right. 1124. You mute yourself. Right. So today I will discuss first electrical energy stored in the capacitor. Electrical energy or electrostatic energy. Electrical energy stored in the capacitor. In the capacitor. That is generally represented with U. Electrostatic energy or electrical energy stored in the capacitor. Already we know the main use of the capacitor is to store the electrical energy. Whatever the device we use, that is called capacitor. Already I said. Okay. So here suppose this is the capacitor. This is the capacitor. Here by connecting the two plates of the capacitor to the battery, suppose it is charged to certain potential, say V. Potential V means potential difference between these two plates is V. Okay, because of this, it acquires the plus Q charge. It acquires, if plus Q charge is acquired, automatically minus Q charge is induced on the other plates, opposite plate. Unlike charge is induced on the opposite plate. This is minus Q. Okay, now whenever this capacitor acquires the charge Q, at that time the potential difference between the two plates of the capacitor is V. Then at this potential difference V, I want to give some more charge to the plates of the capacitor. Some more charge, the small amount of charge dq to the plates of the capacitor. Is there any change in the potential difference across them?
So,
across the capacitor, the potential difference is V and charge is Q. At that time, I want to give some more charge dq to the plates of the capacitor. దీనికి ప్లస్ dq ఇచ్చామంటే ఆటోమేటిక్గా మైనస్ dq ఇక్కడికి వస్తుంది, ఇండ్యూస్ అవుతుంది. ఓకే, సో if you supply this very small amount of charge, infinitesimally small amount of charge to the plate here, is there any change in the potential difference across the plates of the capacitor?
so
No, there is no considerable change. That's why V is constant. That means that constant potential difference when dq charge is supplied to this plate, then what is the work to be done? That is equal to V into dq, no? So at the constant potential difference V, when you supply the small amount of charge, then work to be done is equal to V into dq. In order to give the charge, in order to increase the charge on the plates of the, here it is the work to be done to increase the charge on the plates of the capacitor by dq. When you add dq amount of charge means on the plates of the capacitor charge increase by dq, no? Here it is plus dq, here minus dq, increase by dq in magnitude, no? So if this is the amount of work to be done to increase the charge on the capacitor by dq, then to increase the charge on the capacitor from 0 to q, what is the total work done? So total work done to increase the charge from 0 to q, from q is equal to 0 to q is equal to q, what is the total work done? This is equal to integral dw means v into dq, limits 0 to q. So this is equal to what is v? What is v? What is v? Here we know whenever the charge on the plates of the capacitor is q, then q is equal to cv, we can write now. Q is equal to cv, we can write now. So instead of v, you substitute in terms of q. Integral v means q by c into dq, limits 0 to q. Q is equal to 0 to q. Therefore, this work done in acquiring the charge by the capacitor from 0 to q, the total work done, whatever the total work done, that is stored in the capacitor as the electrical energy or electrostatic energy. That's why this is equal to u, which is equal to, you see here, charge is only the variable. As long as the time passes, the charge accumulated on the plates of the capacitor gradually increase from 0 to q, but there is no change in the capacitance of the capacitor because dimensions of the capacitor does not change. That's why capacitance is constant. You write outside integral q dq, limits q is equal to 0 to q, that is equal to 1 by c into q means we can integral q dq means integral q dq, tell me.
Q square by 2.
Q square by 2.
By 2.
Q square by 2, limits 0 to q. Therefore, work done is equal to energy stored, that is equal to q square by 2c, you will get now. Q square by 2c. C is the capacitance of the capacitor. Okay. That is only no. Q square by 2c. Now, instead of q, substitute cv. Then, if you, since q is equal to cv, instead of q, when you substitute cv, then c square v square you will get. C 1 square will be cancelled. Then half c into v square you will have. Half cv square. That is also equal to 1 c into v can be written q. So half q into 1 v remained. So half q into v. These all are the formulas for energy stored in the capacitor. These all are the formulas for energy stored in the capacitor or work done to charge the capacitor. Work done to charge the capacitor with a charge q. That is the formula. Okay, here actually, in order to charge the capacitor here, we had to charge the capacitor here, we had to connect it to the battery or cell now, having EMF V. Here, while acquiring the charges here, is the potential difference across the capacitor remains constant or it varies? Initially, it has no charge. Initially, on the plates of the capacitor, there is no charge. That's why potential difference across them is 0. When it is connected across the two terminals of the cell, then the cell supplies the charge so that the charge on the plates of the capacitor gradually increases from 0 to q. That's why whenever charge increases, then potential difference V is equal to q by c. When q increases, q by c value also increases so that potential difference increases. So here potential difference gradually increases, and whenever the potential difference across the capacitor reaches the potential difference or EMF of the cell, then there is no further charge accumulated by the plates of the capacitor. In such case, no charge flown from battery to the cell to the capacitor. Then we can say steady state is reached. In the steady state, what is the energy stored in the capacitor? This is the energy stored in the capacitor. Okay, in order to store this amount of energy in the capacitor, what is the work done by the battery or work done by the cell? Work done by cell. Work done by the cell is what? ఈ charge ఎక్కడి నుంచి వచ్చిందండి? This charge acquired by the capacitor is coming from which source? Cell. అంటే ఈ ఛార్జ్ దీంట్లో పాస్ అయ్యి వచ్చినట్లే, సెల్ ద్వారా పాస్ అయ్యి వచ్చినట్లేగా. While the charge passing through the cell, is there any change in the EMF of the cell? సెల్ నుంచి ఛార్జ్ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ అవుతున్నప్పుడు, అంటే సెల్ డిశ్చార్జ్ అవుతున్నప్పుడు కానీ ఛార్జ్ అవుతున్నప్పుడు కానీ, the EMF of the cell does not change. EMF always remains constant, but potential difference across the cell will change, but EMF never be changed. Kabatti the EMF or potential difference across the two terminals of the cell V remains constant even Q amount of charge passing through them. That means at this constant potential difference V across the cell, when Q charge passes towards the plates of the capacitor, what is the work done by the cell? Tell me. ఇక్కడ V పొటెన్షియల్ లేదా V ఈఎంఎఫ్ గల సెల్ ద్వారా Q ఛార్జ్ పాస్ అయి వస్తేనే ఆ Q ఛార్జ్ ఇక్కడికి వచ్చేది. కాబట్టి V పొటెన్షియల్ డిఫరెన్స్ మధ్య లేదా V ఈఎంఎఫ్ ద్వారా Q ఛార్జ్ పాస్ అవుతుంది కాబట్టి వాట్ ఇస్ ద వర్క్ డన్? VQ. So work done by the cell is equal to, we can write V into Q, potential difference into charge. That is the work done by the cell, which is equal to V means we can write Q by C. V means we can write Q by C. So Q by C into Q, that means Q square by C. That is also equal to V can be written as Q can be written as C into V. CV. C into V means V square. So CV square. These all are the formulas for work done by the cell in charging the capacitor. So actually the work done by the cell in charging the capacitor is this one. But energy, this work done or energy stored in the capacitor is equal to this only. That means in this only half of the work done is stored in the capacitor as the energy. What about the remaining energy? Ikkada energy and store in the Q square by 2C. Can actually what is the work done by the cell to give this amount of to store this amount of energy in the capacitor?
Energy is used to main potential
Q square by C. But in this half of the energy only stored in the capacitor. So there is some loss of energy. Loss of energy in the capacitor. That loss of energy in charging the capacitor is released in the form of heat energy through the conducting wires. That's why heat energy produced. Heat produced. H is equal to same formula. Heat produced is equal to energy stored in the capacitor, because half of the work done is stored in the capacitor as the potential energy, and the remaining half of the work done is released in the form of heat energy. That's why heat produced and energy stored both are same in magnitude. Therefore, this is equal to R. Tell me what are the formulas? These are the formulas now. Q square by 2C half CV square plus is equal to half Q into V. These are the different formulas for heat energy produced. Okay. The amount of work done by the cell is equal to amount of heat energy produced plus amount of energy stored in the capacitor. We can write like this also. Of course, this can be written as delta U, change in energy. Initially, there is no energy. Finally, this amount of energy is acquired. So what is the change in energy? Means this minus 0 means this only. Delta U means this only. Delta H means this only. That's why net work done by the cell in charging the capacitor is equal to amount of heat energy produced plus amount of energy stored in the capacitor, or increase in energy stored in the capacitor. Okay, this is the electrical energy stored in the capacitor. These formulas are also very, very important. Once they ask in advance, very, very important. Multi option questions la adagachu itvanti problems. These all formulas are very, very important. Okay.
Sir,
Tell me.
sir, that sir, he produced the last whatever, sir.
Innana?
He produced H is equal to U square, U is equal to Q square and sir.
Ikkada
Sir, our last line lo Q square plus UV. Okay, sir.
is equal to, sorry, this is equal to only. Is equal to half QV. This only I wrote here.
Okay, sir.
Okay, right. So this formula energy stored in the capacitor is applicable for any type of capacitor, not only spherical capacitor. Not only parallel plate capacitor. For spherical capacitor is also this is true. For spherical capacitor is also this is true. Okay. For any type of capacitor, this formula is true. Okay. Next, common potential hyphen sharing of charges. Common potential hyphen sharing of charges. This is also important concept only. Suppose there are two capacitors. There are two capacitors having capacitance C1 and another capacitor is having capacitance C2. Another capacitor having capacitance C2. These two capacitors are independently charged to potentials V1 and here it is V2. These two capacitors having capacitances C1, C2 are charged to potentials or potential differences V1 and V2. Due to that, this capacitor acquires this plate acquires the positive charge, this plate acquires the negative charge. One plate acquires positive charge, another plate acquires say negative charge. This acquires positive charge, this acquires negative charge. That charge stored in this capacitor is say Q1 plus Q1 minus Q1. Okay. Next, this capacitor plates acquires positive. Of course, inner surfaces acquires positive charge and negative charge. This is plus Q2, plus Q2 minus Q2. Okay. Now, these two capacitors are separately charged to potentials V1 and V2, having capacitances C1 and C2. And these two are joined together so that like plates are connected together. Like plates means positive charge plates are connected together and negative plates are connected together. There are two cases when positive plates are connected together. Like plates are joined together. When like plates are joined together means the diagram becomes like this now. Like plates are joined together means now the diagram becomes like this. Are you having vision? Is it visible to you?
Means down capacitor not visible, sir.
Okay. I will draw here. I think it's okay now. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, right. Now it is having capacitance C1 and here it is positive plate, it is negative plate. This is positive plate, negative plate. Because like plates are joined together means positive plate is connected to positive, negative is connected to negative. Okay. This is having capacitance C2. Now here, whenever these capacitors are joined together, it is at potential V1, it is at potential V2. Suppose V1 greater than V2. That means two bodies at different potentials are joined together. What happens? Just like when two bodies at different temperatures are joined together, what happens? When two bodies at different temperatures are put in contact, what happens?
It comes to thermal.
Net flow of heat
translates
from
from
the body at higher temperature to the body at lower temperature until
the temperatures are equal.
Until temperatures are equal. Until they reaches the same temperature or common temperature. Similarly,
Thermal equal.
when two bodies at different electrical potentials are joined together by means of a conducting wire, then net flow of charge, net transformation of charge take place from one body to another body until their potentials are equal. Until their potentials are equal. Similarly, here also, actually this is at potential V1, this is at potential V2. When these two are joined together, then exchange of charge takes place or net flow of charge takes place from one capacitor to another capacitor until the potential differences across the two capacitors remain same. That is say V, this is say V. Whenever same potentials are reached across each capacitor, then after that no further net flow of charge from one capacitor to another capacitor. Then we can say these two capacitors reaches the steady state. So in steady state, there is no net flow of charge from one capacitor to another capacitor. Before reaching the steady state only, as the potential differences across the capacitors are different, then net flow of charge takes place from one capacitor to another capacitor until a common potential or common potential difference is reached. So this is the common potential difference. What is that common potential difference or common potential? We have to find. Now, whenever the common potentials are reached in steady state, now as the exchange of charges takes place, now what are the charges on these two capacitors? Are these are same as Q1, Q2 or changes? Tell me. Initial ga charges Q1, Q2 ఉన్నాయి. Common potential reach అయినప్పుడు some net flow of charge from one capacitor to another capacitor takes place. Then what are the charges on the plates of the capacitor? Now they remain same as changes.
Change, sir.
Changes. The charge on this capacitor is say Q1 dash. The charge on this capacitor is say Q2 dash. What is the in the system of two capacitors? Initially, what is the total charge on the plates of the two capacitor? Initially, what is the total charge stored in the two capacitor system? Q1 plus
Q2.
Total charge is equal to Q total. Q total is equal to Q, that is equal to Q1 plus Q2. Whenever two capacitors are joined together like this, with like plates are joined together, just exchange of charge takes place from one capacitor to another capacitor. There is a net flow of charge takes place from one capacitor to another capacitor, but there is no loss of charge. No charge అన్న బయటకు వెళ్ళిపోతుంది, వెళ్ళట్లేదు కదా. ఒక కెపాసిటర్ నుంచి ఇంకో కెపాసిటర్కి ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ అయింది. ఒక కెపాసిటర్ నుంచి ఇంకో కెపాసిటర్కి నెట్ ఫ్లో ఆఫ్ ఛార్జ్ జరిగింది. అది ఏ కెపాసిటర్ నుంచి ఏ కెపాసిటర్ కంటే ఇఫ్ V1 is greater than V2, నెట్ ఫ్లో ఆఫ్ ఛార్జ్ టేక్స్ ప్లేస్ ఫ్రమ్ కెపాసిటర్ C1 to C2. ఈ V2 గ్రేటర్ అనుకోండి, C2 to C1 until కామన్ పొటెన్షియల్ ఇస్ రీచ్డ్. ఓకే, సో నెట్ ఇప్పుడు ఛార్జ్ అనేది ఒక కెపాసిటర్ నుంచి ఇంకో కెపాసిటర్ ఫ్లో అవుతోంది, అంతేగాని ఛార్జ్ ఏం బయటకు వెళ్ళట్లేదు కదా, లీక్ అవ్వట్లేదు కదా. కాబట్టి ఈవెన్ ఇన్ స్టడీ స్టేట్ ద టోటల్ ఛార్జెస్ ఇన్ ద టూ కెపాసిటర్స్, ద సమ్ ఆఫ్ ది ఛార్జెస్ ఆన్ ది టూ కెపాసిటర్స్ రిమైన్స్ సేమ్ యాజ్ దట్ వన్. So this must be equal to Q1 dash plus Q2 dash. Are you follow this one? Okay. What is Q1? Tell me. What is Q1? Equal to in terms of C1. Q1 can be written as C1 V1. No.
C1 V1.
We can write Q1 as C1 into V1 plus Q2 means
C2
you
V2.
see, positive plate is connected to positive plate only. Positive plate is connected to positive plate కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ ప్లస్ V1 అయితే ఇది ప్లస్ V2 అవుతుంది, అంటే రెండు పాజిటివ్. కాబట్టి V2 ప్లస్ లో పాజిటివ్ రాయాలి, C2 V2. ఒకవేళ నెగిటివ్ ప్లేట్ కనుక కనెక్ట్ చేస్తే, పాజిటివ్ కి నెగిటివ్ కనెక్ట్ చేస్తే అప్పుడు ఇక్కడ ఉన్న పొటెన్షియల్ ని మైనస్ మనం దీనికి ఇక్కడ ప్లస్ ఇక్కడ మైనస్ అయితే ఈ రెండింటిని జాయిన్ చేస్తున్నాం కాబట్టి V2 ప్లస్ లో మైనస్ V2 రాయాలి. కానీ మనం లైక్ ప్లేట్స్ జాయిన్ టుగెదర్ కాబట్టి ఇది. ఓకే, దిస్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు Q1 డాష్. టెల్ మీ in study state what is the
C1V, sir.
C1V, sir. C1V.
C1V plus C2V, sir.
Yeah, C2V. Therefore,
V common, sir.
C1 V1 plus C2 V2 is equal to, you take V common, then C1 plus C2. Therefore, common potential difference or common potential is comma V is equal to C1 V1 plus C2 V2 by C1 plus C2. Very, very important formula. Based on these problems are asked in mains. It is the common potential. It is the formula when like plates are joined together. And positive plates are joined together, negative plates are joined together. In such case only we have to use this formula. Okay, in this, what is Q1 dash and Q2 dash? Total charge on the two plates of the capacitor is Q, no? ఓకే, ఈ క్యూ ఛార్జ్ ని ఇవి Q1 Q2 స్ప్లిట్ చేసుకున్నాయి, Q1 డాష్ Q2 డాష్. టోటల్ ఛార్జ్ కలిపి Q1, దాంట్లో Q1 డాష్ Q2 డాష్ స్ప్లిట్ చేసుకున్నాయి. ఆ ఛార్జెస్ ఎంత? టోటల్ ఛార్జ్ is equal to Q, which is equal to, of course, Q1 plus Q2. What is Q1 dash? What is the ratio between Q1 dash and Q2 dash? When both are joined, then from the formula Q is equal to CV. రెండింటిని జాయిన్ చేసినప్పుడు చూడండి, ఇక్కడ పొటెన్షియల్ డిఫరెన్స్ V అయితే ఇక్కడ V నే, కాబట్టి పొటెన్షియల్ డిఫరెన్స్ సేమ్ గా ఉన్నాయిగా, అంటే పొటెన్షియల్ డిఫరెన్స్ సేమ్ గా ఉన్నాయి. వెన్ బోత్ ఆర్ జాయిన్ టుగెదర్ అప్పుడు చార్జ్ స్టోర్డ్ ఈస్ డైరెక్ట్లీ ప్రపోర్షనల్ టు C నేగా. సో Q1 dash is to Q2 dash is equal to what?
1 is to C2.
C1 is to C2. So
C2.
Q1 dash is equal to C1 by C1 plus C2 into total charge Q. అంతేనా? అంటే టోటల్ ఛార్జ్ ఈ రెండింటికి కలిపి టోటల్ ఛార్జ్ Q అయితే దీంట్లో స్టోర్ అయిన ఛార్జ్ Q1 డాష్ ఇస్ ఈక్వల్ టు టోటల్ ఛార్జ్ లో C1 పార్ట్స్ ఆఫ్ ఛార్జ్ దీంట్లో స్టోర్ అవుతుంది. ఆ C1 పార్ట్స్ ఆఫ్ ఛార్జ్ అంటే C1 బై టోటల్ పార్ట్స్ ఇంటూ టోటల్ ఛార్జ్. Q ప్లేస్ లో Q1 ప్లస్ Q2 రాయొచ్చు. సిమిలర్లీ Q2 డాష్ ఇస్ ఈక్వల్ టు టెల్ మీ Q2 డాష్
C2 by C1 plus C2 into Q.
C2 by C1 plus C2 into
C2 by C1 plus C2 into Q. These are the charges stored in the two capacitors in steady state when they are joined together with like plates together. Okay, that is the common potential. Next, what is the loss of energy whenever these capacitors are joined together so that like plates are joined together? Okay, erase చేయొచ్చు కదా దీన్ని, ఇంకా నోట్ చేసుకోండి, లేకపోతే స్నాప్ షాట్ తీసేసుకోండి, తర్వాత నోట్ చేసుకుందరు. కానీ ఇది నోట్స్ లో ఉన్నట్టు లేదు, మరి కనిపిస్తలే నాకు. ఇది ఒకసారి స్నాప్ షాట్ తీసేసుకోండి, ఓకేనా?
Yes, sir.
రైట్. నౌ ఇది అరేంజ్ చేసేసుకైతే
yes sir.
when two capacitors are joined together with like plates together, what is the loss of energy by the system of two capacitors? Initial energy stored in the first capacitor is equal to half C1 into V1 square. This one, ఇది U1, ఇక్కడ U2. ఫైనల్ ఎనర్జీ దీంట్లో Q1 డాష్ ఛార్జ్ ఉంది కాబట్టి ఫైనల్ ఎనర్జీ U1 డాష్, ఇక్కడేమో U2 డాష్ అనుకుందాం. ఓకే, U1 is equal to this one, U2 is equal to half C2 V2 square. U1 dash is equal to half C1 into common potential square. U2 dash is equal to half C2 into common potential, ఇక్కడ potential difference ఇక్కడ సేమే కదా, half C2 into V square. Okay, so before these two capacitors are joined, what is the initial energy of the system of two capacitors? U1 plus U2, no? U1 plus U2, no? Before these two capacitors are joined together, the total electrical energy stored in the two capacitors or total energy of the system of two capacitors is U1 plus U2. Whenever they are joined together in steady state, final energy stored in the two capacitors together when like plates are joined together is U1 dash plus U2 dash. So therefore, loss of energy is what? ఎందుకంటే this energy, when you substitute this value, definitely it is less than this one. That's why there is a loss of energy. Loss of energy is equal to heat produced. Loss of energy is equal to heat produced, which is equal to what? Loss of energy delta U is equal to heat produced, which is equal to initial potential energy stored in the system minus final energy of the system. లాస్ అన్నాం కాబట్టి డెఫినెట్గా ఇనిషియల్ ఎనర్జీ ఎక్కువ ఉంటుంది. ఒకవేళ ఇది సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేస్తాం అనుకోండి, యూఎఫ్ మైనస్ యూఐ అని రాస్తాం అనుకోండి, మీకు మైనస్ వస్తుంది. దట్ ఈస్ ఓన్లీ ద డిఫరెన్స్. దేర్ఫోర్ డెల్టా యూ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు యూఐ మీన్స్ సమ్ ఆఫ్ దీస్ టూ మీన్స్ సమ్ ఆఫ్ దీస్ టూ, హాఫ్ C1 V1 స్క్వేర్ ప్లస్ హాఫ్ C2 V2 స్క్వేర్ minus final energy means sum of these two means sum of these two. Here half, you see in these two terms we can take V square common now, half into C1 plus C2 into common potential square we can write now. So therefore delta U is equal to half C1 V1 square plus half C2 V2 square minus half of C1 plus C2 into what is the common potential? When like plates are joined together, just now we derived the formula for common potential, that is C1 V1 plus
C1 V1 plus C2 V2 by C1 plus
C2 V2 by C1 plus C2, sir.
This is only, no, square is there, square, a plus b whole square. Okay, you expand by C1 plus C2 whole square. C1 plus C2, one square will be cancelled. Okay, then you take LCM, simplify them. After simplification, you do at your home. After simplification, what is the answer you will get? I will write directly. So therefore delta U is equal to half C1 C2 by C1 plus C2 into V1 minus V2 whole square. If V1 is greater than V2. ఒకవేళ V2 greater అయితే V2 minus V1 whole square. This is the, we will get the negative value when like plates are joined together. When like plates are joined together. Okay, note down. Snapshot తీసుకోండి. నా స్టూడెంట్స్ అందరికీ చెప్పండి, మన సెక్షన్ లో ఉన్న వాళ్ళకి ఫస్ట్ సెక్షన్ సెకండ్ సెక్షన్ సూపర్ చైనా ఫస్ట్ సెకండ్ సెక్షన్స్ ఈ రెండు. ఇప్పుడు దీంట్లో ఫస్ట్ సెకండ్ సెక్షన్ స్టూడెంట్స్ అందరికి కూడా వాళ్ళ ఫ్రెండ్స్ కూడా చెప్పండి, మీ ఫ్రెండ్స్ కూడా క్లాసెస్ సీరియస్ గా జరిగిపోతాయి, ఇంకా బ్రేక్ ఉండదు, ఇంపార్టెంట్ టాపిక్స్ అయిపోతున్నాయి, రేపు చెప్పే కాన్సెప్ట్స్ ఇంకా డిఫికల్ట్ గా ఉంటాయి, ఇంపార్టెంట్ కాన్సెప్ట్స్ కూడా. క్లాసులు వినాలి కంపల్సరీ. మీ ఫ్రెండ్స్కి డెఫినెట్ గా చెప్పండి, దట్ ఈస్ యువర్ ప్రైమ్ రెస్పాన్సిబిలిటీ. మీ ఫ్రెండ్స్ క్లాసులు వెనకుండా ఉంటే వాళ్ళకి లాస్ కదండి, మీకు ఆ పెయిన్ అనిపించదా? అది మీరు ఒక్కళ్ళు వింటే సరిపోతుందా? రియల్ ఫ్రెండ్ అయితే డెఫినెట్ గా ఫోన్ చేసి చెప్తాడు, క్లాసులకు రారా బాబు, క్లాసులు సీరియస్ జరుగుతున్నాయి రండి అని చెప్పండి, మేము చేస్తాం. మీ నుంచి కూడా డెఫినెట్ గా ఆ సపోర్ట్ వాళ్ళకి ఇవ్వండి, వాళ్ళని ఎంకరేజ్ చేయండి, మోటివేట్ చేసి కంపల్సరీ క్లాస్కి వచ్చేట్టుగా చేయండి. డెఫినెట్ గా మీరు ఇవాళ ఈవినింగ్ కాల్స్ మీ ఫ్రెండ్స్ కాల్స్ చేసేయండి, కాల్స్ చేసి అరే రేపటి నుంచి క్లాసులు కంపల్సరీ రండి అని చెప్పండి. ఇంకా సిన్సియర్ గా క్లాసులు విన్నానా?
అదే జూన్ 1 నుంచి స్కూల్స్ ఓపెన్ చేయాలంటే మెసేజ్ వచ్చింది కదా సార్.
చూద్దాం, ఓపెన్ అయితే ప్రాబ్లం లేదన్న. ఓపెన్ కాకపోతే సంగతి ఇప్పుడు ఒక 4 days ఇంకో 3 days ఉందనుకోమా, ఈ టాపిక్ అయిపోతుంది, క్లోజ్. ఏం అర్థం కావు ఇంకా వచ్చిన వాళ్ళకి. అందులో రేపు చెప్పే టాపిక్స్ ఇంకా డిఫికల్ట్గా ఉంటాయి. వెన్ యూ హియర్ ద క్లాస్ దెన్ ఓన్లీ వీ కెన్ హ్యావ్ ఐడియా, అదర్వైజ్ వీ కెనాట్ హ్యావ్, యూ కెనాట్ డూ ద ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ అన్లెస్ యూ అటెండ్ ద క్లాసెస్. కాబట్టి రేపు చెప్పే టాపిక్స్ ఇంకా డిఫికల్ట్గా ఉంటాయండి. డిఫికల్ట్గా అంటే లాజిక్, సింపుల్ లాజిక్ ఉంటుంది. డిఫికల్ట్ అంటే డిఫికల్ట్ కాదు, లాజిక్ ఉంటుంది. అవి కంపల్సరీ రేపు చెప్పే అన్ని కాన్సెప్ట్స్ ఆల్మోస్ట్ ఆల్ అట్లాగే ఉంటాయి. కాబట్టి వెరీ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ అండి. యూ రిక్వెస్ట్, యూ ఆర్డర్ యువర్ ఫ్రెండ్స్, you request your friends to attend the classes from tomorrow onwards regularly without fail. Okay, not only this class, ఏ క్లాస్ అయినా సరే మనకి వెరీ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ అండి. ఒక్క క్లాస్ ఇవాళ మీరు దీన్ని మర్చిపోయి ఇవాళ రాలేదు అంటే రేపు దీని గురించి అర్థం కాదు, వీటి మీద ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఏమంటే హ్యాండ్స్ అప్. మీకే తెలుసు ఆల్రెడీ మన ఫిజిక్స్లో 1 or 2 days క్లాసులు ఆబ్సెంట్ అయ్యామంటే తర్వాత చెప్పే 4 రోజులు చెప్పే క్లాసులు ఏం అర్థం కావు, మీకు తెలుసు ఆల్రెడీ అది. కాబట్టి మీ ఫ్రెండ్స్కి సిన్సియర్గా చెప్పండి, రేపటి నుంచి అందరినీ క్లాస్కి వచ్చేట్టుగా చూడండి. అది వారి ప్రైమ్ రెస్పాన్సిబిలిటీ, దట్ ఈస్ ద క్యారెక్టర్ ఆఫ్ ది ట్రూ ఫ్రెండ్. వెరీ ఓకే. నెక్స్ట్ in next case B, the two capacitors having capacitance C1 C2 are charged to potentials V1 V2 so that they two capacitors acquires the charges Q1 and Q2 and energy stored are U1 U2. Okay, now when unlike plates are joined together, when unlike plates are joined together, that is only the chain. unlike plates are joined together అంటే ఇది పాజిటివ్ ప్లేట్, ఇది నెగిటివ్ ప్లేట్ అనుకోండి. దీని యొక్క నెగిటివ్ ప్లేట్ ఇటువైపు ఉంటుంది, పాజిటివ్ ప్లేట్ ఇటువైపు ఉంటుంది. అంటే అన్లైక్ ప్లేట్స్ ఆర్ జాయిన్ టుగెదర్. సేమ్ డయాగ్రామ్, అన్లైక్ ప్లేట్స్ జాయిన్ చేస్తున్నాం మనం. ఇట్లా దీన్ని తీసుకొచ్చి ఇట్లా జాయిన్ చేస్తున్నాం. ఇనిషియల్లీ these two are charged to potentials V1 V2 and unlike plates are joined together. Then exchange of charge takes place between them until common potential is reached. What is that common potential? సో ఇందా చెప్పినట్టుగానే సేమ్ చేయాలండి. కామన్ పొటెన్షియల్ రీచ్డ్ డైరెక్ట్ గా రాసేస్తున్న ఫార్ములా ఇక్కడ V is equal to, సపోజ్ ఇక్కడ V1 గ్రేటర్ అనుకోండి, C1 V1 గ్రేటర్ అనుకోండి, అంటే ఈ ఛార్జ్ గ్రేటర్ గా ఉంది. C1 V1 గ్రేటర్ అయితే C1 V1 మైనస్ C2 V2 బై C1 ప్లస్ C2 వస్తుంది మనకి. C1 అంటే ఏం లేదండి, ఇక్కడ Q1 ఛార్జ్ ఉంది, ఇక్కడ Q1 ఛార్జ్, ఇక్కడ మైనస్ Q ఛార్జ్ రెండు కలుస్తున్నాయి కాబట్టి Q1 మైనస్ Q2. Q1 అంటే C1V1, Q2 అంటే C2V2. కాబట్టి Q1 మైనస్ Q2 అంటే C1V1 మైనస్ C2V2 బై C1 ప్లస్ C2. ప్రీవియస్ కేసులో ఇది ప్లస్ కాబట్టి Q1 ప్లస్ Q2 ఇస్ ద టోటల్ ఛార్జ్ ఆన్ ది కెపాసిటర్స్. అది రాస్తుంది. ఇక్కడ నెగిటివ్ ఛార్జ్ యాడ్ చేస్తున్నాం దీనికి, కాబట్టి టోటల్ ఛార్జ్ ఇస్ ఈక్వల్ టు Q1 ప్లస్ మైనస్ Q2 అంటే Q1 మైనస్ Q2. Q1 అంటే C1V1 మైనస్ Q2 అంటే C2V2 బై C1 ప్లస్ C2. దట్ ఈస్ ద కామన్ పొటెన్షియల్. తర్వాత లాస్ ఆఫ్ ఎనర్జీ డైరెక్ట్ గా రాసేస్తున్నా అండి. లాస్ ఆఫ్ ఎనర్జీ ఇందాక మెథడ్ ప్రకారం చేయాలి, చేస్తే వచ్చే ఫార్ములా రాస్తున్నా. హాఫ్ ఇంటూ C1 C2 బై C1 ప్లస్ C2 ఇంటూ ఇక్కడ V1 ప్లస్ V2 హోల్ స్క్వేర్ రావాలి. మనకు అక్కడ ఏమొచ్చింది, V1 మైనస్ V2 హోల్ స్క్వేర్ వచ్చింది. ఇక్కడ V2 అంటే నెగిటివ్ పొటెన్షియల్ దీనికి యాడ్ చేస్తున్నాం కాబట్టి V1 మైనస్ హాఫ్ మైనస్ V2 అంటే ప్లస్ V2 అవుతుంది. కాబట్టి V1 ప్లస్ V2 హోల్ స్క్వేర్. In which case loss of energy is more. Loss of energy or heat produced.
Like charges are at placed.
Joints.
Unlike charges are joined together, the energy loss is more. ఇక్కడ ప్లస్ ఉంది అంటే మోర్ ఉంటుంది. Okay, so when unlike plates are joined together, then energy loss will be more. Okay na?
Sir. Sir. సార్ అక్కడ C1 మైనస్ V1 అంటే టోటల్ చార్జ్ డిక్రీజ్ అవుతున్నట్టు సార్.
చార్జ్ ఇక్కడ మైనస్ కాబట్టి డిక్రీజ్ అవుతుంది. నెట్ ఛార్జ్ తక్కువ ఉంటుంది, ఇందాకటి కంటే తక్కువ ఉంటుంది. ఇందాకటి కంటే తక్కువ ఉంది కాబట్టి ఎనర్జీ స్టోర్డ్ కూడా తక్కువైపోతుంది. ఎనర్జీ స్టోర్డ్ తక్కువైందంటే లాస్ ఎక్కువ ఉన్నట్లేగా. సో లాస్ ఆఫ్ ఎనర్జీ విల్ బి మోర్. ఓకే
ఓకే సార్.
So this is about common potential and the sharing of the charges. Okay. Next. దీనికి రిలేటెడ్ నోట్ పాయింట్. ఓకే, ఇది కాదండి. నెక్స్ట్ కెపాసిటర్స్ ఇన్ సిరీస్ అండ్ కెపాసిటర్స్ ఇన్ ప్యారలల్. ఆఫ్టర్ దిస్ కెపాసిటర్స్ ఇన్ సిరీస్ అండ్ కెపాసిటర్స్ ఇన్ ప్యారలల్. ఇవాళ మీకు పంపించిన నోట్స్ మొత్తం చదవమాక. నోట్స్ అంటే ఐ మీన్ మీకు మెటీరియల్ అసైన్మెంట్ లాగా పంపించినట్టున్న కాన్సెప్ట్స్ అసైన్మెంట్ అన్న ఇది పెట్టేవారు టైటిల్. దాంట్లో మీకు అయిన పాయింట్స్ వరకే చదవండి, మొత్తం చదవద్దు. అవి రేపు వస్తాయి మిగతా అన్ని. Okay, now capacitors in series. Side heading. Capacitors in series. Just like resistors in series, resistors in parallel laga, capacitors in series. Okay. Suppose here you take number of capacitors. Of course, I will take 3 capacitors here. This is one capacitor. This is another capacitor. This is another capacitor. In this way, I have taken 3 capacitors. One play here. This combination, these 3 capacitors are connected like this between A and B, having capacitances C1, C2, C3, and this combination is connected across a cell, having EMF V. Then the cell, initially no charges are there on the capacitors before they are joined together across this one. But whenever the combination is joined across the cell here, having EMF V, then the cell supplies the charge. Initially, as no charge is there on this plate of the capacitor, the cell positive terminal of the cell is connected to this one. That's why this plate acquires the positive charge. It acquires the negative charge. Okay, this cell supplies, suppose a Q amount of charge to the plates of the capacitor. When it acquires the plus Q charge, then automatically this plate acquires negative charge. Actually, the charges are on the inner surfaces. This plus, this minus. Okay. So, as this plate is connected to positive terminal of the cell, this cell acquires the positive charge. So, this plate acquires the positive charge, plus Q charge, and it acquires the minus Q charge. So, here it is plus Q, it is minus Q. And this negative charge plate is connected to this one. Due to that, here you see, whenever negative charge plate is connected to this one, what is the charge acquired by this plate? Due to induction?
Positive, sir.
It acquires positive charge. So it acquires positive charge. This acquires negative charge. So this is plus Q, minus Q. Similarly, this one.
Positive, sir. Plus Q minus Q.
Plus, and it is minus, like this. So plus Q, minus Q. That means when capacitors are connected between the 2 points A and B, so that the negative plate of one capacitor is connected to the positive of another, their negative is connected to positive of another. In such a way, when capacitors are connected, then charge stored in each and every capacitor remains the same. ఇక్కడ సెల్ ఎంత ఛార్జ్ అయితే సప్లై చేస్తుందో అదే ఛార్జ్ దీని మీద అక్యుములేట్ అవుతుంది, దీని మీద అక్యుములేట్ అవుతుంది, ఇండక్షన్ వల్ల దీని మీద ఇండ్యూస్ అవుతుంది, ఇక్కడ ఇండ్యూస్ అవుతుంది, ఇక్కడ ఇండ్యూస్ అవుతుంది. అంతేగాని ఇక్కడ సప్లై చేసిన ఛార్జ్ ఏమి డివైడ్ అవ్వట్లేదు, ఇట్లా డిఫరెంట్ బ్రాంచెస్ ఏం లేవు కదా. సో వెన్ కెపాసిటర్స్ ఆర్ కనెక్టెడ్ బిట్వీన్ ద 2 points such that the charge stored in each and every capacitor remains same, then they are said to be connected in series. So whenever these are in series, charge stored in the 3 capacitors are in the ratio. Tell me. When capacitors are connected in series, charge stored in the capacitors are in the ratio. 1:1. All are same. That is equal to Q. That's why Q is equal to Q1 is equal to Q2 is equal to Q3. That's why 1:1. This is the ratio. Okay. Now, what is the, in order to acquire this amount of charge, some work is to be done by the cell to acquire this amount of charge, Because of that, some potential difference is developed. Because of these charges acquired by the capacitor, some potential difference, here this is having positive potential, this is having negative potential. That's why some potential difference is developed across this, and across this. The total potential difference or EMF applied across the combination is divided into 3 parts, as 3 capacitors are there in series. 3 capacitors are there in series. Okay, 1 minute. Right. Now, here the total potential difference or EMF applied by the cell across the combination is divided into 3 parts, as 3 capacitors are in series. So according to conservation of energy principle, definitely the total EMF or potential difference applied across the combination is equal to, as it is divided into 3 parts, the sum of these 3 must be equal to this one, no? That's why V1 plus V2 plus V3. This is equation 1. Now what about Q? This Q is equal to, we can write C1 V1, no? Implies V1 is equal to, we can write Q by C1. Similarly, V2 is equal to Q by C2. V3 is equal to Q by C3. Now, whenever 3 capacitors are connected in series across the cell, in steady state, the charge is stored in steady state. Steady state means once maximum charge is acquired by all the capacitors here, then there is no further charge coming from the cell to the capacitors. Then steady state is reached. In steady state, as no charge passing through the circuit, current is 0. In steady state, current passing through the circuit is 0. But while charging the capacitors, as the cell supplies the charge, the current passing through the there is a current passing through the circuit while charging. But whenever here all the capacitors are charged, then steady state is reached. There is no further charges acquired by the capacitors. At the time in steady state, as no charge is taken by the capacitors from the cell, no charge passing through the circuit. That's why no current passing through the circuit in steady state. That's why in steady state, in any series combination in which capacitor is there, current is 0. స్టడీ స్టేట్ లో ఉన్నప్పుడు కెపాసిటర్ ఏ సిరీస్ సర్క్యూట్ లో ఉంటుందో ఆ సిరీస్ సర్క్యూట్ లో కరెంట్ పాస్ కాదు. ఓకే, నౌ you see here whenever three capacitors like this are connected in series across the cell, the charge stored in each and every capacitor is q. In order to store the same amount of charge by a single capacitor when connected across the same cell, whatever the single capacitor having, whatever the capacitance of the single capacitor that is connected across the same cell to acquire the same amount of charge, that capacitance is called effective capacitance of these three capacitors. So if effective capacitance is C, comma, then you replace this entire three capacitors by a single capacitor to acquire the same charge when connected across the same cell. That's why charge stored in the single capacitor is equal to Q is equal to C into same potential difference applied. From this V is equal to, we can write Q by C, no, where C is the effective capacitance of these three. Now we substitute all these values in equation 1. Therefore, from 1, V is equal to, we have V1 plus V2 plus V3. V means we can write Q by C, V1 means Q by C1, V2 means Q by C2, V3 means Q by C3. Q cancel. Then 1 by C is equal to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3. So this C is the effective capacitance or resultant capacitance of these three capacitors when they are connected in series. Okay, so from this it is clear that whenever capacitors are connected in series, the reciprocal of effective capacitance or resultant capacitance is equal to sum of the individual capacitances. This is opposite to the resistances. Resistances parallel గా ఉన్నప్పుడు ఈ కండిషన్ వస్తుంది, సిరీస్ లో ఉన్నప్పుడు వేరేది వస్తుంది. అంటే రెసిస్టెన్సెస్ parallel గా ఉన్నప్పుడు వచ్చే ఫార్ములా, ఇక్కడ కెపాసిటర్ సిరీస్ లో ఉన్నప్పుడు వచ్చే ఫార్ములా రెండు సిమిలర్ గా ఉంటాయి. అక్కడ 1/R is equal to 1/R1 plus 1/R2 plus 1/R3 when they are in parallel. ఇక్కడ సిరీస్ లో ఆ ఫార్ములా వస్తుంది, ఆ టైప్ ఫార్ములా. ఓకే, దిస్ వన్. నెక్స్ట్
ఒక్క సెకండ్ సార్, నోట్ డౌన్ చేసుకుంటాను.
నోట్ చేసుకోండి. తర్వాత ఇన్ దిస్ కేస్ వెన్ కెపాసిటర్స్ ఆర్ ఇన్ సిరీస్, వెన్ ఇన్ సిరీస్ చార్జ్ స్టోర్డ్ ఇన్ ఈచ్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీ కెపాసిటర్ రిమైన్స్ సేమ్, నో, అంటే Q కాన్స్టెంటేగా. వెన్ కెపాసిటర్స్ ఆర్ ఇన్ సిరీస్, చార్జ్ స్టోర్డ్ ఇన్ ఈచ్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీ కెపాసిటర్ రిమైన్స్ సేమ్. Okay, that's why Q is constant. That implies potential difference across each and every capacitor is inversely proportional to their capacitance, no. Therefore, V1 is to V2 is to V3 is equal to 1 by C1 is to 1 by C2 is to 1 by C3. This formula is also important. When capacitors are connected in series, then what is the ratio among the potential differences across various capacitors? Means V1 is to V2 is to V3 is equal to in the inverse ratio of their capacitances. In the inverse ratio of their capacitances. Note down. Okay, take snapshot. When n identical capacitors, each of capacitance C are connected in series, what is the effective capacitance? When n identical capacitors each of capacitance or each of capacity C are in series, effective capacitance is
C by N.
effective capacitance is
Answer.
CS is equal to what? Effective capacitance CS అనుకుంటే 1 by CS is equal to 1 by C plus 1 plus 1 by C plus in such a way n times we have to write. So n by C, 1 by CS is equal to n by C, or CS is equal to C by n. So CS is equal to C by n. This is the formula. So when n identical capacitors are connected in series, then the effective capacitance is equal to C by n. Okay, this is one. Next, shall I write this part?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Note 2. జనరల్ గా మనకి 2 కెపాసిటర్ సిరీస్ లో ఉన్న కేసెస్ ఇస్తా ఉంటాడు, అవి చూద్దాం. ఇది ఐపీ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూలో దిస్ ఈజ్ ఇంపార్టెంట్. Two capacitors having capacitances C1, C2 are connected in series across the cell of EMF V. Then of course, charge stored in this capacitor both are same, Q as they are in series. Potential difference across this is V1, across this is V2. Okay, now from the diagram it is clear that V is equal to V1 plus V2, we know. This is equation 1. Charge stored remains same. Charge stored remains same. Charge stored Q is equal to, how we can write? C1 into V1, and that is also equal to C2 into V2, no? This is equation 2. Now from this we have to find V1 form value. V1 plus V2 means from this V2 is equal to, how we can write? C1 V1 by C2, no? That is equal to V1, you take common. 1 plus C1 by C2 means when you take LCM, you will get C1 plus C2 by C2. Therefore, V1 is equal to C2 by C1 plus C2 into applied voltage V. Similarly, V2 is equal to, how we can write? Tell me. V2 is equal to what you will get?
C2 into V.
The
C1 by C1 plus C2 into V.
C1 by C1 plus C2 into applied voltage V. These are the potential differences across the capacitors. Or by using ratio also we can find. You see, whenever capacitors are in series, then Q is equal to CV, or another method, Q is equal to CV. When capacitors are connected in series, charge in the two capacitors remains same. That's why Q is constant. So from this, potential difference is across each capacitor is inversely proportional to capacitance, no? So V1 is to V2 is equal to 1 by C1 is to 1 by C2. That is equal to, we can write C2 is to C1, no? Because you multiply with the C1, C2. C1, C2 by C1 is to C1, C2 by C2. C2, C2 cancel out, C1, C1 cancel out, C2 is to C1. Therefore, V1 is what? And total applied voltage V అయితే, that is divided into this much, this ratio, in which C2 parts of the total applied potential, applied voltage is exist across the first capacitor. That's why V1 is equal to C2 by total parts C1 plus C2 into applied voltage V. Similarly, V2 is equal to C1 by total parts C1 plus C2 into applied voltage V. Same formulas kadandi. అంటే రేషియో టైప్ అయితే ఫ్రమ్ దిస్ మెథడ్ వీ కెన్ డూ, ఆర్ జనరల్ మెథడ్ ఇది. ఓకేనా? వాట్ ఎవర్ ద మెథడ్ యూ కెన్ ఫాలో, యూ కెన్ డూ ఇన్ ఎనీ వే. which method you feel free or easy, you follow that method. Okay, next, capacitors in parallel. In this case, what about the energies? In this case, what about the energies? Third one, note 3. Energy stored a ratio lo untayi. General formula, energy stored is equal to ikkada charge same kabatti Q square by 2C you write. Charge in each and every capacitor same kabatti in terms of charge you write. U is equal to energy stored in each capacitor is equal to Q square by 2C. As Q is same in all capacitors and 2 is also constant, then energy stored in each capacitor is inversely proportional to C. Therefore, ratio among the energy stored is equal to 1 by C1 is to 1 by C2. That is equal to C2 is to C1. Or U1 by U2 is equal to, we can write C2 by C1. This is the ratio. Okay. This is also important. Now, capacitors in parallel. Last topic, capacitors in parallel. capacitors in parallel. Suppose between A and B, this is one capacitor connected. Here another capacitor is connected like this. Another capacitor is also connected like this between A and B. Between A and B, three capacitors having capacitances C1, C2, C3 are connected like this. C1, C2, C3 are connected like this. And this combination is connected across a cell having EMF V. Then what is the potential difference across this capacitor? Across here, whenever these capacitors are connected like this and combinations connected across the cell, then the cell supplies the charge, and when the charge Q reaches the junction here, it is divided into three parts because three branches are there here. In first capacitor, suppose the charge stored is Q1, in second capacitor Q2, in third capacitor say Q3. Then as these plates of the capacitors are connected to positive terminal of the cell, definitely this plate acquires positive potential, it acquires positive charge, this plate acquires negative charge like this. So if all the positive plates are connected together and negative plates are connected together, then they are said to be in parallel. Okay, when they are in parallel across the cell, then the cell supplies the Q amount of charge here. This Q amount of charge, when reaches the junction, divided into three parts and they stored over the surface of the capacitors here. Capacitors lo unde plates మీద ఈ charge store అవుతుంది. ఇక్కడ plus Q1 ఇటువైపు minus Q1, plus Q2 minus Q2, plus Q3 minus Q3. So is there any loss of charge? Whatever the charge supplied by the cell, the same amount of charge is divided into three parts according to their capacitances and stored in the capacitors. That's why, according to conservation of charge principle, total charge supplied by the cell in steady state. In steady state ante inka extra charge supply cheyatla, all capacitors acquires maximum charges. Then steady state is reached. When steady state is reached, no charge flowing through the capacitors from the cell. Appudu ikkada deentlo asalu current zero. Steady state reach అయినప్పుడు అప్పుడు Q is equal to Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3. This is equation 1. In this case, as these two plates are joined between A and B, which in turn joined across the cell, whatever the potential difference across AB due to cell, what is the potential difference across AB? Tell me. As this A and B junctions are connected across the cell, potential difference across AB is equal to V itself. As across AB only three capacitors are joined, the potential difference across this capacitor is V, across this capacitor is V, across this capacitor is also V only. That means ratio among the potential differences across various capacitors when they are connected in parallel is 1:1:1, as they are equal. Okay. Next, what about Q1? Q1 is equal to what? Charge stored in the first capacitor is equal to what in steady state? In steady state, potential difference across this capacitor is V and capacitance is C1. Then charge stored is equal to C1 into V. Q2 is equal to Varnana disturbance. Harshavardhan, mute cheyamma. Q2 is equal to C2 into V. Q3 is equal to C3 into V. Okay, Q3 is equal to C3 into V. Suppose when you join combination of the three capacitors across the cell, this amount of charge is total amount of charge supplied by the cell is Q and distributed across various capacitors like this. You replace these three capacitors by a single capacitor and connect across the same cell having EMF V to store the same amount of charge. Whatever the capacitance of single capacitor which is replaced the three capacitors in parallel like this to have the same charge when connected across the same cell, that capacitance is called effective capacitance. If effective capacitance when three capacitors are connected in parallel is say C, then the same charge will store Q is equal to C into same potential difference V. You substitute all these values in equation 1. Therefore, from 1, Q means CV, Q1 means C1 into V plus Q2 means C2 into V plus Q3 means C3 into V. V cancel, then C is equal to C1 plus C2 plus C3. So when capacitors are connected in parallel, then the effective capacitance is equal to sum of the individual capacitances. Okay. Next, when capacitors are connected in parallel, what about the ratio among the charges? from Q is equal to CV. When capacitors are connected in parallel, then potential difference across all capacitors remains same. Then charge stored is directly proportional to their capacitance. Therefore, Q1 is to Q2 is to Q3 is equal to C1 is to C2 is to C3. It got important. Okay, now note point. Note 1. When n identical capacitors, each of capacitance or capacity C are joined in parallel, then the effective capacitance, the effective or resultant capacitance, comma C parallel is equal to what? Tell me. When
NC.
an identical capacitance, each of capacitance C are connected in C parallel, effective capacitance is C plus C plus C plus in such a way we have to write n times.
NC.
NC. So
N into C.
n into C. When n identical capacitors are connected first in series, effective capacitance is equal to C by n. When they are connected in parallel, effective capacitance
ఇప్పుడు
is
నీకు
NC.
టోటల్ సమ్ 20 వచ్చినాక ఏం చేస్తావు? ఇప్పుడు బుడి ఇది ఒకటి రాయి బుడ్డి, ఈ సమ్
Parentheses.
రెండిటి ఎడిషన్ 20
Parentheses.
వచ్చేటట్టు రాయి. 20 రాదు కదా,
Parentheses.
రెండిటి 6 ఎడిషన్,
పరంతేజ్ గారు,
6 ఎడిషన్ 20 రాదు కదా.
పరంతేజ్ గారు ఇటు వినండి సార్ కొంచెం.
రాదు, కష్టం.
పరంతేజ్ గారు,
సార్ సారీ సార్.
ఓకే మీట్ చేయనా? ఓకే ఓకే CS by CP gives what? CS by CP
1 by n square.
Square.
1 by
1 by
n
n square.
because C by n by NC, that means 1 by n square. This is the ratio. This is the ratio. No doubt.
సెకండ్ పాయింట్ ఒకసారి మళ్ళీ చెప్పండి సార్. CSCP
ఏనా? ఇది ఆల్రెడీ ఇందా చెప్పాను, సిరీస్ లో చెప్పా కదా.
ఓకే సార్, ఓకే సార్, ఓకే సార్.
ఇది ప్యారలల్ ఉన్నప్పుడు ఇక్కడ ఆల్రెడీ ఇక్కడ చెప్పాను రేషియో అంతే. ఓకే, నౌ వన్ మోర్ నోట్ పాయింట్. ఒక 3 ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ చెప్పుకుందాం అండి. ఆ ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ కూడా నోట్ పాయింట్స్ లో చెప్పేసుకుందాం, ఒక ఐడియా వస్తుంది మనకి. Okay, now third one. Between A and B, between A and B, 3 capacitors are connected like this: C1, C2, C3. These are the capacitors C1, C2, C3, and here across these 2 capacitors, one capacitor C4 is connected. Across these 2 capacitors C4 is connected. Across these 2 capacitors C5 is connected. Yeah, C5 is connected. Of course, these values are given. C1 is equal to 4 microfarad. This is also equal to C4, and C2 is equal to 12 microfarad, and C3 and C5 both are equal, which is equal to 8 microfarad. These are given like this. What is the effective capacitance between A and B? Same మీకు రెసిస్టెన్సెస్ లో ఏ టైప్ లో చేస్తారు, ఇక్కడ కూడా అదే మెథడ్ ఫాలో అవ్వాలి. కాకపోతే ఫార్ములాస్ సిరీస్ లో ఉన్నప్పుడు ఒక టైప్ ఫార్ములా, ప్యారలల్ ఉన్నప్పుడు ఒక టైప్ ఫార్ములా, అవి ఒక్కటి చేంజ్ అవుతాయి. ఓకే, So what is the effective capacitance between A and B now? ఇక్కడ కూడా వీస్టర్న్ బ్రిడ్జ్ ప్రిన్సిపల్ అవి అప్లికబుల్ అండి. వీస్టర్న్ బ్రిడ్జ్ కాన్సెప్ట్ ఇక్కడ కూడా అప్లికబుల్ కెపాసిటర్స్ లో కూడా అప్లై చేయొచ్చు. Whenever the capacitors are connected like this, we cannot say which capacitors are in series, which capacitors are in parallel. We cannot say directly. That's why we have to rearrange the diagram. Okay, you give the numbers to the junctions. Here this is first junction, second junction, third junction. Okay, of course it is third and it is fourth. It is the fourth junction. No other junctions are there, no. Now between A and B, we had to find the effective capacitance A and B. Here A and 1 are joined directly by means of a conducting wire, no. So at the same place we can take 1 also. At the same place B, we can take 4 also, because B and 4 are joined by means of a conducting wire. No capacitor is there here. Next, ఈ 2-3 junctions ఉన్నాయి కదా, ఒక జంక్షన్ ఇక్కడ తీసుకోండి 2, ఒక జంక్షన్ 3 ఇక్కడ తీసుకోండి 2-3. ఈ జంక్షన్స్ ఇట్లా తీసుకోండి. చూద్దాం, మనకి డయాగ్రామ్ కన్వీనియంట్ గా రాకపోతే మార్చుకుందాం, లేదు కన్వీనియంట్ గా వస్తే అట్లా ఉంచేసుకుందాం, మన ఇష్టం. Now you already all junctions are noted. 1, 2, 3, 4 are noted. AB are noted. Okay, now you note the capacitors between 1 and 2. 1 is here, 2 is here. Between 1 and 2, C1 capacitance is there. C1 is equal to what? C1 is equal to 4 microfarad. Capacitor is there. It is noted. 2 and 3. Between 2 and 3, C2 is there. 2 is here, 3 is here. Between 2 and 3, one more capacitor is there, whose capacitance is equal to 12. It is noted. Between 3 and 4, C3 is there. 3 and 4 means this one. C3 is there, whose capacitance is equal to 8 microfarad. These 3 are over. Next, between 2 and 4, C5 is there. 2 is here, 4 is here. Between 2 and 4, C5 capacitance is there. That C5 is also equal to 8 microfarad. This is also over. Between 1 and 3, C4 is there. 1 and 3, C4 is there, whose capacitance is equal to 4. In this way, the capacitors are connected between A and B. Here they asked what is the capacitance between A and B.
Sir,
No. Yep.
sisters లో వీస్టర్న్ బ్రిడ్జ్ ఉంది కదా సార్.
కొంచెం దూరంగా మాట్లాడమా, దూరంగా పెట్టుకుని మాట్లాడు మైక్రోఫోన్.
సార్ రెసిస్టర్స్ లో వీస్టర్న్ బ్రిడ్జ్ ఉంది కదా సార్.
సేమ్, వెరీ గుడ్. వీస్టర్న్ బ్రిడ్జ్ ప్రిన్సిపల్ లాగా P by Q is equal to R by S లాగా దిస్ కెపాసిటర్ బై దిస్ కెపాసిటర్ అంటే ఎంత వస్తుంది? 4/8 అంటే
1/2.
and it follows the balanced condition of the Wheatstone bridge as it follows balanced condition of Wheatstone bridge, Wheatstone's bridge. P by Q is equal to R by S, or C1 by C5 is equal to C4 by C3 from the diagram. Satisfy చేస్తుంది కాబట్టి this C, whenever this condition is satisfied across this circuit or across this component, no potential difference is there. Ante potential difference between 2 and 3 is 0. This 2 is at the same potential, 3 is also at the same potential. That's why potential difference is not there. When potential difference is not there, this capacitance can be ignored. This can be ignored as Wheatstone bridge is balanced. Ignored. When that is ignored, between A and B, these two are, how they are connected? Series. So when these are in series, what is the effective capacitance? And similarly, these two are also in series.
By 3, sir.
C3 are in series. This implies
By
between A and C1, C2 are in series. Effective capacitance of these two is what? 4 into 8 by
3
4
plus 8 by
8.
8 by
8 by
8/3.
okay, 8 by 3.
8/3.
plus
Here
8
also
by
8
3,
by
sir.
3 only, no?
16.
Because
Sir.
here also 4 and 3. That's 4 and 8. That's why 8 by 3. These two are in parallel. Then effective capacitance. These two are in parallel. 8 by 3 plus 8 by 3. 16 by 3. As all capacitance are substituted in microfarad, the answer also you will get in microfarad only.
16 microfarads.
That is the answer, microfarad. Okay, no doubt. It is in our material, it is your material problem only. Which number you note? This one. In this way you have to do. Have you taken snapshot? Shall I raise this one?
Yes, sir.
ఇంకొక 2
మొత్తం
ప్రాబ్లమ్స్
rush
ఉన్నాయి కదా.
చేసేయ్.
ఇంకొక 2 ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ అయిపోతే అయిపోతుంది. Next, 4th one. It was given in advance once. So here all are identical capacitors, each of capacitance 2 microfarad. Like this. All are identical capacitors, each of capacitance 2 microfarad are connected between A and B as in the diagram. That means between A and B, first one capacitor is connected, then across A and B only 2 capacitors in series are connected, next 4 capacitors in series 8, 16. Atla number of capacitors connect cheskuntu velledi. What is the effective capacitance? Now you tell me, what is the effective capacitance here? In between A and B, only one capacitor is there. So
2
C only.
microfarad.
Here, what is the effective capacitance?
1 microfarad.
No, you don't say in terms of C, you tell me.
1
2, sir.
C by 2, C by 2,
C by 2. Here,
C by 4,
C by 4. C by 4.
here,
C by
4,
8,
sir.
C by 8.
here.
C by
8, sir.
16.
C by
C by
16.
By 16, sir.
So on. Now,
Arithmetic progression.
you replace this with C by 2,
Geometric
C by 4, C by 8, C by 16, like that, between A and B. Now, how this
Geometric progression.
C by 2, C by 4, C by 8, C by 16, and so on are in between A and B?
Geometric progression. Parallel.
C by 2 is connected across AB, C by 4 is
Add
connected across AB, C by 8 is also across AB.
Parallel.
All are parallel. When all are in parallel,
Parallel.
effective capacitance is equal to C plus C by 2
C by
plus
1 plus 1 by 2.
plus C by 8 plus C by 16 plus and so on. Infinite terms we have to write like this because infinite series branches are connected like this. Then you
2C,
take
sir.
C common. 1 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 8 plus 1 by 16
Geometric
plus,
progression.
yeah, GP. In GP, sum of
Into
infinite terms is equal to
A by
1
1
by 1
1 by
minus
1 minus
1 by 1 minus 1 by 2.
2C.
The 2C, 4.
2 microfarad. No,
4
2
microfarad.
Okay, 4. Therefore, CAB is equal to 4 microfarad. Since in GP. GP లో ఉన్నాయి కాబట్టి ఇట్లా రాసామండి. ఓహో ఇది కనిపించట్లేదుగా. Right. I will write here. Note down. ఇవి notes లో లేవండి, నోట్ చేయండి. So therefore CAB is equal to 4 microfarad. Actually they didn't ask this, what is the effective capacitance, they didn't ask. They asked what is the charge drawn from the battery. Here this combination is connected across the cell having EMF V is equal to 10 volt. Okay, then what is the total charge drawn from the battery? Total charge supplied by the battery Q is equal to question mark. That is the case. To find the total charge, effective capacitance we need. Therefore, total charge Q is equal to CAB into potential difference applied across AB. Total charge supplied by the cell is what to the system? That is the question they asked. Total charge supplied is equal to total capacitance across this between A and B and total potential difference across between A and B. CAB means already we have 4 microfarad. You write in microfarad, answer also you will get in micro coulombs only. Potential difference is 10. Therefore, Q is equal to 40 microcoulomb. This is the answer. 40 microcoulomb. Okay. Last problem, just 2-3 minutes only. Yeah. A capacitor of 1 millifarad charged to a maximum can withstand a maximum potential difference of 6 kilovolt. Another capacitor having capacitance 2 millifarad can withstand a maximum potential difference of 4 kilovolt. When these two capacitors are connected in series, then what is the maximum potential difference or maximum voltage that can withstand by the system? V1, V2 are maximum PDs withstand or buried by capacitors. The question is maximum potential difference withstand by system, withstand by above system. Above system means when two capacitors are in series, that system, above system. That is a VAB. VAB is called question mark. At last, whenever these two are in series, the charge stored in the two capacitors remains same now. Now, what is the charge stored in this capacitor? Tell me. What is the charge stored in this capacitor? Q1 is equal to
6 coulombs.
here 2 into 4 C2 V2, that is equal to 8 coulombs now, because 2 milli means 10 to the power of minus 3. 4 kilo, 4 into 10 to the power of 3. 2 into 10 to the power of minus 3 into 4 into 10 to the power of 3. 10 to the power of minus 3 plus 3 cancel, then 2 into 4 8 coulombs. అంటే దీంట్లోనేమో 6 coulomb charge maximum స్టోర్ అవుతుంది, because this is the maximum potential difference that can be withstand by this capacitor. ఎంతకంటే ఎక్కువ పొటెన్షియల్ డెవలప్ కావడానికి పాసిబిలిటీ లేదు. ఎంతకంటే ఎక్కువ పొటెన్షియల్ అప్లై చేస్తామంటే కెపాసిటీ విల్ బి డ్యామేజ్డ్ ఆర్ చార్జ్ గివెన్ టు ద కెపాసిటీ విల్ బి లీక్డ్ అవుట్ ఇన్ టు ద సరౌండింగ్స్. కాబట్టి ఇది మాక్సిమం పొటెన్షియల్ డిఫరెన్స్, దానివల్ల మాక్సిమం ఛార్జ్ ఇంత స్టోర్ అవుతుంది. ఇక్కడ మాక్సిమం పొటెన్షియల్ డిఫరెన్స్ ఇది, ఇంత మాక్సిమం ఛార్జ్ స్టోర్ అవుతుంది. అయితే సిరీస్ లో ఉన్నప్పుడు ఇక్కడ మాక్సిమం పొటెన్షియల్ డిఫరెన్స్ V1 డెవలప్ అయింది అనుకోండి, అప్పుడు దీంట్లో స్టోర్ అయిన మాక్సిమం ఛార్జ్ ఎంత ఉంటుంది? Q1 is equal to 6 coulombs కదా. దీంట్లో కూడా 6 ఉండడానికి ఛాన్స్ ఉందిగా. దీంట్లో 8 ఉండొచ్చు, కానీ 8 దీంట్లో ఉండదు కదా. మాక్సిమం ఛార్జ్ 8 దీంట్లో ఉండదు, దీంట్లో 6 ఉందంటే దీంట్లో కూడా, అంటే సిరీస్ లో ఉన్నప్పుడు మినిమం ఛార్జ్ ఈ రెండిట్లో ఫర్ which capacitor minimum charge is stored, that charge you take on both the capacitors. Now, what is the potential difference now across this, and what is the potential difference now across this? V1 dash is equal to C1 Q1 by C1, which is equal to 6 coulomb by C1. C1 means 1 millifarad, 1 into 10 to the power of minus 3. That is equal to 6 kilovolt. Similarly, V2 dash is equal to how much? V2 dash is equal to Q2 by C2. That is equal to 6 by 2. That means 3 kilovolt you will get. అంటే ఇక్కడ పొటెన్షియల్ డిఫరెన్స్ 6 ఉంటుంది, ఇక్కడేమో 3 ఉంటుంది. Then charge stored in this capacitor is 6 coulomb. Charge stored in this capacitor is also 6 coulomb. Therefore, potential difference across the combination VAB is equal to V1 dash plus V2 dash. That is equal to 6 plus 3 na 6 plus 3. That is equal to
Q2
9.
8 కదా సార్. Q2 అంటే 8 కదా సార్. 8/2 4 కిలోవాట్ రావాలి కదా సార్ V2 డాష్.
V2 dash is equal ఈ ఛార్జ్ తీసుకోవాల్సింది మనం.
ఓకే.
సిరీస్ లో ఉన్నప్పుడు మినిమం ఛార్జ్ రెండిట్లో దేనికి ఉంటుందో ఆ ఛార్జ్ రెండు కెపాసిటర్స్ లో ఉండేట్టుగా తీసుకోవాలి. అప్పుడు పొటెన్షియల్ డిఫరెన్స్ ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేస్తే V2 dash is equal to 3 kilovolt వచ్చింది. అప్పుడు రెండు సిరీస్ లో ఉన్నాయి కాబట్టి టోటల్ పొటెన్షియల్ డిఫరెన్స్ అక్రాస్ ద సిస్టమ్ is equal to V1 dash plus V2 dash అంటే ఇదేగా 9 kilovolt కదా. సో మాక్సిమం పొటెన్షియల్ డిఫరెన్స్ ఆర్ మాక్సిమం వోల్టేజ్ can be withstand by this system of two capacitors in series is equal to 9 kilovolt. అదే parallel గా ఉన్నాయనుకోండి రెండు కెపాసిటర్స్, the maximum potential difference can be withstand by the system of two capacitors when they are in parallel ఉన్నప్పుడు parallel potential differences సేమ్ గా ఉండాలి కదా. ఈ ఇచ్చిన పొటెన్షియల్ డిఫరెన్సెస్ లో మాక్సిమం వాల్యూస్ లో ఏది లోయర్ పొటెన్షియల్ డిఫరెన్స్ ఉందో చూసుకోండి. 6 కిలోవోల్ట్ ఇది 4 కాబట్టి 4 లోయర్ కాబట్టి 4 కిలోవోల్ట్ రెండు కెపాసిటర్స్ వెంబడి ఉండాలి ప్యారలల్ గా ఉన్నప్పుడు. సో వాట్ ఈస్ ద మాక్సిమం పొటెన్షియల్ డిఫరెన్స్ కెన్ బి విస్టాండ్ బై two capacitors in parallel means that is minimum value we have to take. This is the problem. Okay, now related to this, based on these concepts today you have to do the some problems. Okay, right Nana, have a nice day. I am signing out. Bye all of you. Bye Nana.
Bye sir, have a nice evening.
Bye.
Same to you. Okay Nana, bye.